It's post time for the 14th race. Field of 7 going postward here. 3-year-old Pacers, the hot horse Western Vintage. $370,000 major stakes winner Brian Sears in the sulky. And they're off. Sandestin Hanover. Tony Alanya under some whip tap urging from the outside. Western Vintage is there between horses. Alley Blue moving out on the inside, and Western Vintage has no trouble pacing to the point as they enter the opening turn. Sliding up on the inside is Katie Said, who's racing in fourth. Dropping in on the inside, fifth, Perspective as they head around the turn. Then it's Native Sales. And at the back of the pack, trailing the field, is Sandestin Hanover as they move toward the quarter. Western Vintage, comfortable length in front. Alley Blue is right there racing in second as they head on to the backstretch. 28-1, a rated opening split for Western Vintage. Third is Sandestin Hanover, right with the top pair. About 2 lengths further back. Fourth is Katie Said as they head down the backstretch. In behind her is Perspective, who travels along in fifth. Starting to gap away in the 6th spot is Native Sales, and Sandestin Hanover kicks around him for Corey Callahan. He's now up into 6th as they near the half-mile marker. So Western Vintage leads the way, tracked intently by the filly Alley Blue, and they're halfway home 56-2, identical 28 1/4 so far as they head on to the far turn. So Western Vintage, with his eye on the New Jersey Classic on Hambletonian Day, kicks out now for Brian Sears to a 2.5 length margin with 3/8 to go. Alley Blue is trying to stay within striking range in second. Alanya highlines along. Sandestin Hanover is racing in third. In behind them in fourth is Katie Said as they head to 3/4. Another 3 back to Perspective. Then Sandestin Hanover is struggling a bit, and Native Sales has lost all touch with the field and is the trailer. 123-1, so that would be 26-4 on the turn for Western Vintage, and Western Vintage is rolling for Brian Sears in the stretch. Under a hand drive, Sears chirping to him to keep him going, and it's Western Vintage is all alone. Up on the outside is Katie Said second, and Western Vintage will do it and looks good in the process. Western Vintage 150-3. Katie Said second, Sandestin Hanover, Perspective, Alley Blue was fifth, then Sandestin Hanover and Native Sales.